Welcome, fellow YouTube enthusiasts. Chiezuz here with a Pokemon X and Y OU battle using another Sun team testing out a offensive Whimsicott. I realize that its typing did give it pretty good coverage and pretty good defensive typing as well, despite its frailish stats. But hey, that's kind of what Venusaur is too. So hey, except Venusaur does have kind of an edge on Whimsicott in my opinion. Anyways, this man is named Asian. His bad sprite Pokemon is a gorgeous super. So that's like one of those pumpkin dudes that the replayer still hasn't been able to take care of. And he does have a super Metacham, or Mega Metacham for that case. So we will have to worry about that. And he does have a big TT that he's going to lead off with right here, a Thunderous Tarian. And I'm getting my Ninetales out of there, not really wanting to take damage, figuring that Whimsicott can handle this boy. So Whimsicott comes in, he goes into his gorgeous super, and I'm kind of thinking like, hey, what you going to do? I'm a Whimsicott. Because, yeah, so he just lead seeds me, and I'm like, it's okay, because I'd be outspeeding everything. Go for that Moon Blast, and there it goes, Moonshine down. Gorgeous super going down. So now he brings in this Metacham. I'm like, okay, I could take a fake out and then just take him out clean. You know, this fancy circus dresser. But no, he shows the bullet punch, and that is going to be a bit unfortunate for my Whimsicott. I do carry, well, I won't talk about that. Anyway, talonflame. Coming in right now, going to U-turn out of there because the Brave Bird is like overly painfully obvious. But he deals more damage to my talonflame than I dealt to him because his Skarmory's got a Rocky helmet. However, that does break that sturdy because he's got that Rocky helmet. So Mega Houndoom is just looking to eat some stuff up. Don't really feed him well enough, so he's going to go out and get his own Vaporeon meat. And that is the tastiest of meat. So a nice little solar beam just straight through those horns. Just coming through those horns. Coming through in the near clutch on turn number 8. So Houndoom's going to get out of there because we don't really appreciate certain attacks Metacham can do. So going into Talonflame and just going to U-turn out of here once again. And just to sort of check him. Can't really do much back to me. Although like a Psycho Cut would have been decent. So at this point, the games we've been playing, I decided just to go for the Flamethrower. Not really worried if he does switch in heatran. I mean, it would suck, but hey. We're not in the sun or anything, so that boost isn't going to be that big for him. So I go back into Ninetales here just because I want something that can take a hit from this guy. This big bulky Thunderous T. And I do have to switch out into something because I realize I cannot touch Heatran for the life of me. So I go into my own Heatran, which works out well because he does go for the Protect right there. And he does not attack me. So that tells me that he probably doesn't have a flash cannon because he may have just wanted to break my balloon, or he may have been afraid of my own earth power. But I don't want Gengar taking any unnecessary damage because he is one of my win clauses, in my opinion. Despite being up 5-3, I don't feel like I have that much momentum on my side right now. I feel like it is going to take quite a bit to take down these last 3 guys. So he goes for this Psycho Cut on Ninetales. So Ninetales is out of there. But Ninetales really couldn't have done anything due to everything outspeeding him / resisting him. So it is time her. So Talonflame hitting his respectable Brave Bird. 20% to Heatran. Yeah. You got to take the damage when you can. So it's time to U-turn out of there. We need that quick ticket to Hawaii. We need to get out of here. Plan our getaway. And he does go for the Earth Power. That is why I did not roost, because I was afraid of that. It does remove my flying typing. And I pretty much just screwed Heatran over. So I'm going back into Talonflame now. And then I realized, wait a minute. I can't really roost up here because, yeah. I was a little afraid that he did carry Stealth Rocks on Heatran, but I figured since I haven't seen it yet, he likely doesn't have it. So I go into Gengar, and now I know all 4 moves. This is beautiful. This is perfect. This is great. So I'm going for the substitute here, realizing that if I get off the sub disable, it is like, hey, you can't even touch me. And then I'll just Focus Blast you, Shadow Ball you down, just pick a method of getting all messed up. So anyways, he does switch out here. I'm like, that's rather unfortunate. And it is time to switch out. We're going right back into Heatran, just sacrificing him, hoping to get the momentum on my side, predicting the Volt Switch. But no, he just goes for the T-Bolt. So I go into Talonflame, and of course these genies are part electric, so that's actually resisted, not powerful enough. Now, it may It may look like a good, and he says good game in the chat right here, turn 25. No premature good games. I swear that's the thing that bothers me the most. Like, it's everybody, they think they got the checkmate, but it's not a checkmate. You still got to make the plays, close out the game. Now, I'm going to go into my Gengar here because I want to take that fake out, eat it up. If he Psycho Cut there, it would have been a good game. But no, it goes for the good, conservative, solid play. As I'm going to go for a free substitute with my Gengar, and now it is time to play some games. Will I be able to correctly predict the way he moves, or even hit a Focus Blast for that matter? The true gambler's move right there. It's got about a 30% chance of missing, but hey, when you can gamble, you got a little gamble, you got to take it because that's how you win the battles. So Gengar now. Heatran predicts the disable, and I'm like, that is some bad news bears right there. That's not really working out so well for you, Gengar. You just got to look them in the eye, scare them off a little bit, and figure it out. So it is time to go for the substitute for the third time in a row since it hasn't worked yet. And I do believe that this guy is quite competent, so I figure one of these times the substitute will pull through. It finally pulls through, and now Gengar with the Focus Blast and hitting, and it doesn't do as much as we hoped. It would have been much better to hit him when he was around 70 to 80%, creating a nice little 2-hit KO there. Instead, he's going to protect here as I once again go for the disable. Although that time I did switch it up though, and he did predict that, so I'm like, he has been like 3-1 in the prediction game right here in crunch time where it matters. However, I decided that I do get a free disable, and because I just made this Gengar and he isn't properly HP EV'd, it is time to switch out of there into my escape of Houndoom. Actually go for one more substitute, trying to catch him one more time. So this is the thing. I mean, this is a lot of repetitiveness here, but it's like, hey, don't say good game until the game is over. There's so many different variables that people often overlook in this. Like fellow battlers, they just overlook certain variables in a battle. And I am true to never thinking the battle's over unless I'm a 100% sure, 99.9% sure the battle is over. And in that case, I'll just forfeit because I know it's over. I'm not going to embarrass myself getting smashed. That's just how you do it. When it's a checkmate, you can just leave. But he said good game, and it wasn't a checkmate, so this is time. Now, he falls for this. You get the disable. Lava Plume has been disabled. This is just a match made in heaven right here. Now, he needs to switch the hell out of there, but he stays in. So this is perfect. Eating up that earth power because I got that levitate. My Gengar's floating in the sky, all sky high. So he goes for the protect here, and I'm able to get a substitute. And I decide that because I've hit one Focus Blast and missed one, I decided to go for the conservative Shadow Ball, figuring it would be a clean 2-hit KO. But I was wrong. It really isn't that clean of a 2-hit KO as I wanted it to be. But fortunately for me, because he gets undisabled of his Lava Plume, he just decides to go for that Lava Plume right there, and that's going to be the end of him. So now it is time, the moment of truth. The battle isn't over yet. So we do have to fade the Bullet Punch, and now we need to see if we can fade the second Bullet Punch. It doesn't matter, the Shadow Ball takes out the Medicham, and Gengar, those ghost types, are coming through in this generation. This is something. These ghost types, they're just getting it done, barely being resisted. I mean, normal is really the only thing that's a problem for ghost types now. So you need to be carrying them Diggersbys and Pyroars and all those good old pokes. So there it is. It's not over until it's over. Get that through your head. Never give up, guys. Never, ever give up. Alright. Hope you enjoyed this battle. There will be more battles on their way. Goodbye.